Wait, no, it's
Does this Reloaded have multiple games on it?
Yeah, it has 1 and 2. I'm sure this is the version that you had.
Yeah, no, it definitely
It's the
is.
only one for PS4.
Okay, so we are investigating Shigeru's death.
Yeah, we just got to the...
I guess let's look at her first. As sad as it may be.
Okay, back into the voices. Alright, for now, pay attention to the wall.
Huh?
I said it once already. There's a word written there.
On the wall. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood.
I don't think it's any kind of dying message. It's just too strange. But you know, that thing about writing bloodlust in blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar? A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. And at the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. They're like a ghost attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack!
Genocide Jack, the murderous fiend whose grisly attacks were famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend, creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cruel killings.
The ultimate murderous fiend.
Interesting.
Then this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style? But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack. The real? What are you saying? Genocide Jack is here in the school? There's no way. But going as far to write bloodlust at the scene, I am surprised at their stupidity. I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. What is it now? Toko.
He was pointing toward the entrance to the girls' locker room. Toko was the last to arrive, and now she was just standing there.
Why? Why?
Good done.
She fainted. That did not sound good. Toko.
Yuna rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake.
Toko, are you okay? Come on, wake up. Oh, that's right. I just remembered what she said about how she faints anytime she sees blood. So, she is hemophobic? I imagine she does not watch too many horror films then. This isn't a violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she passed out somewhere besides her room.
No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like, on purpose.
So since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't count. Gotcha. Toko, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta wake up.
As she heard her, Toko suddenly shot awake. As in, she literally jumped up from where she was laying. With such a strange reaction, I was at a total loss for words. She leapt straight up into the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing up. Ignoring the physical contortions she had to go through, her motions were totally haphazard.
Huh? What? Sorry about that. I was just so shocked, you know? It happened, right? Was I the only one?
Toko, are you okay?
I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah! She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. No, everything's fine. At least the stutter's all gone. That's a good thing, right? Yeah! It's clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. It might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being. I don't mind taking her, but could someone help me? If you need help, I don't mind. Taka, could you help me? Huh? She totally ignored me. Very well. You take care of the girl, and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Mondo on guard duty again?
Hold on a second. Rushing to an investigation.
The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that. There is no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma? Right as rain! But don't take it as a bad thing. It's just a fact of life. Because that's how graduation works.
Then it's happened again. Is that what you're saying? That another one of us killed a fellow classmate?
What? Does that freak you out? You guys got no balls, you know that? Is there just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pray to mine if you want. Actually, I don't have any either. Sorry. Stop monologuing and give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right? I sure did, chum. Allow me to present the next Monokuma file. I know how much you must be looking forward to it. So please do your very tippy-top best on this investigation.
No way!
Do we really gotta do another investigation? Examining the corpse of one of our friends? Having to suspect all our other friends? I hate this. I can't take it anymore. I hate it too! I've had enough! I'm getting out of here! Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run. Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. You are very enthusiastic about all of this, are you not? How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die.
That's true, but to jump into it so soon.
What? Do you want to die? Fine. Then go off and die somewhere. Right now. Go ahead. You're a waste of space. A dead body is object. Chihiro wasn't an object. Show a little respect or I'll beat some into you. Everyone, stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya said.
Kyoko.
If we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right, that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro, then unless we do something, more victims can start piling up. Forget more victims! If we mess this up, we're all dead meat! Hold on! If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. What? I don't remember any rule like that. I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right?
The new rule's been added to the regulations.
In that case, why not limit it to one person? Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. No, just one would totally murder that possibility. Farewell for now. We'll catch you guys at the class trial. I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then one more person's life could still be in danger. Which is definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens. You need to shut the fuck up. Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop Toko off at her room. Nice, I'm gonna get dropped off. We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation too soon. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro, then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife.
That's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. Alright, you can probably rest now, right? First of all,
Momentarily.
I better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. Time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Monokuma File 2 has been added to the Truth Board section.
Hey, Makoto, do you have a second?
Huh? Do you need something from me?
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know.
So what do you need?
I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation.
Huh?
I'm purchasing your talent. The same talent which allowed you to solve Sakura's case. Sorry, Sayaka's case.
Solve? No, I just...
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation.
So you're inviting me to come with you. You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Now then, shall we get started?
But...
We need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around.
I don't really know what just happened. But it looks like I'll be working with you, Byakuya, on this one. A double murder possibility.
Yeah, possibility.
Poster. The poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. That really makes sense.
What would they say?
Blunt object.
Yeah.
There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been spotted with blood during the murder. This is the murder weapon? There's a dumbbell on the floor, and this is a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell.
The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed him.
Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
I don't imagine it could have been anything else.
Locker room dumbbell has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. I feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork.
Well, but
we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that.
yeah, unless you got it all.
Hold on, we still have more to check here.
Yeah, I think they're just talking. I doubt I'm checking like the cameras and stuff.
No. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death.
Why is she in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else and carried here.
She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came here on her own, by choice.
What makes you say that?
She's been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger.
You're saying she came here to exercise. But according to the Monokuma file, part, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Has she really been exercising that late?
Hina and myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then.
Avoiding it?
Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us.
And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night.
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others.
You're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she would also want to come with someone else.
It's a possibility, I think.
Sakura's account. I remember someone heard a loud noise a few nights ago. Took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and prodded, going over every inch of the lifeless body.
You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body, absolutely no trouble.
She's concentrating pretty hard, it's like she can't even hear us.
Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talking about it, right? All I need to get stronger.
Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once.
Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here.
But she really needs to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. Whoa.
I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. Oh, is that the iPad?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hook that to my mom's phone.
Because of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. On this account.
Now I believe it's about time for us to move on.
Huh? Already?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case.
It's true, but...
If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed.
So Pushki got caught up with the wrong person this time. I do wonder if,
So, this is our next location?
Huh? This place is related to the investigation.
Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right?
Something with a door, right? I do wonder about the secret letters. If someone's secret was that they were the serial killer, and they had to. Let's look at this. There are a bunch of different pool-related items on the shelf, which have nothing to do with the case. A flotation donut. I don't think it's related to what happened to Chihiro. Spent a lot of my coins.
Yeah.
I think he wants to look at this. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma.
He said that, then quickly and sharply clasped his hands together.
You called for me?
Has he been domesticated?
It seems that Makoto has a question for you. Sure, what's up?
Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct? If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct? Of course. Correct.
So then, that means only girls can go into the girls' locker room, and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means...
Hey, Makoto, I can see right through you.
See right through me?
Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there. As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right? Good lord, you're simple.
But am I wrong?
You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. Yo! I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Tagami family. So, you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little bit more excitement to things. Yeah! You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things. Get it? Got it? Good.
Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, that means someone would have had to loan it.
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. I guess that's it. I don't know why, considering this game is rated.
Yeah.
People cry. I think Mondo says
fuck
all the time, but whatever. Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest of your damn self.
Okay.
Well, I know you're unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall.
Main hall.
That'll help you understand what's going on.
Card reader. Oh, whoa. We came to the main hall?
Yeah, I remember this is like the entrance hall.
Okay, where's the door? So what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? What's that? There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook. Oh wait, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here?
So, you finally found them.
Did you know these were here, Byakuya?
I happened to find them by chance myself the other day.
That's, the dead students.
It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox.
So then, these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka.
You could go ahead and confirm it yourself.
I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook.
Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier.
Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it.
You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine.
I see, yeah, now I understand. Main hall, e-handbooks, manage the truth bullet section.
What?
Hold on a second.
What's wrong?
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on.
Broken? Whose is it?
The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up.
And the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs.
Pummeled with baseballs. The memory of it came flooding back. The cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. The cruel, heartless death. You're right, it wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Hey! Hey!
What?
That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily.
But it did.
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break! It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap! Oh, but, even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point.
It does.
But it's a secret! I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks! Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask, how could that be?
Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that's not turning on.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now.
You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Broken e-handbook is bad. That's truthful.
Okay then. This should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit.
Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro.
To be exact, not quite.
Not quite? You think someone came inside?
That would violate Monokuma's claim that we're totally trapped in here.
The metal blocking the entrance seems like some kind of machine.
I think you should talk to Byakuya.
Yeah,
he cut off what he was
wants
saying.
What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite.
Certainly. I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack.
You really think? You truly believe Genocide Jack is one that killed Chihiro?
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case.
That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer?
Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. So could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that?
You're not wrong to wonder.
But words mean little right now.
I have something that will prove it, and I can show you.
What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be
Oh, I guess it's the same. What if we just go through?
Oh.
Yeah.
And
I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us.
So really proof?
There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need. Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro.
Evidence, something like that really...
I don't know who it is. Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time to play.
We're busy. Leave us alone. But it's an emergency. Emergency! Come on, please. You've got to help me.
Let's get attacked. I think it's someone's,
I said it's an emergency. Come help me.
Someone's secret car.
This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you've got to help me.
Calm down, okay? You know.
But it's an emergency.
An emergency? What happened?
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange.
I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her.
Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure you'd just say no, and that'd be the end of it.
Okay, come on, hurry!
Wait for Asina.
Looks like she's headed to the dorms. To Toko's room, most likely.
You're right. who has split personalities. Toko inside, some kind of emergency.
You guys are too slow.
I think you're just too fast.
So, what's this emergency?
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff.
Weird stuff?
We should try talking to her ourselves.
Yeah, good idea. May as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing me to gasp out of me.
What?
Nothing. It's just that Tina was really worried about you holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. Could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Hmm?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that?
She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago, I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust her door down. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it.
Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her?
Hey Byakuya, do you think you could ask her to come out of her room, I mean?
Sure, whatever.
Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to.
Byakuya stood in front of the door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments,
Leave me alone! You're all so annoying! Byakuya.
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
with that the door slammed shut.
Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation.
Hold on. Hey Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise.
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure.
But
If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her. Well then, let's go.
without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya, and I heard yeah. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library?
Come on, let's go in.
He's really dragging me everywhere.
Yep.
Is this evidence that proves there was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me say it again.
If I remember, on the other side of this door is the archive, right?
Hurry up and go inside.
Oh, here?
It'll all make sense once you're inside.
Whoa, there's so many books and files. So much dust, too.
I would say that there's enough value in this place to endure the dust.
There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudges in the dust, it looked like there was something inside. Wonder what it was.
There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library.
Extension cord, huh? Ah, it's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library.
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use.
The shelf is stuffed tight with files. Not really thinking about it, I clicked on at random.
Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file.
Huh?
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it.
Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf.
Those documents are dangerous.
Dangerous?
They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner.
You mean like members of the Diet or something?
No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there.
You're just kidding, right?
Am I?
I'll just let it go for now.
If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value for yourself.
What have I missed? Is there a shelf behind
you.
Oh, wow, they really make you... Oh no, there's tons of big files stuffed into the bookshelf.
If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful.
What do you mean?
All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak.
Oh?
So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room, right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent?
Can't be for real, right?
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie.
It's not that, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but... I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together?
I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields. But perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored.
It's no use. I can't keep it all up with all this. It's just too unreal.
What's wrong? You still can't believe it?
What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything.
You don't pull your punches, do you?
Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times. There is no doubt.
Hold on a second, you're saying you've read all these documents in more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, so why...
My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Members of the Dagami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic.
How is that possible?
I already told you. There's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council, and I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing.
Just beyond believing or not believing, Byakuya is really starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind.
And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case.
As you talk, Byakuya grabs a specific file from the shelf.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way.
Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro.
Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media has ever found out. In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of the crime, of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion.
So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple. The culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack. That's right, there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us.
The Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer, really is walking around among us?
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two. If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself.
I've looked at everything in here, though.
You might need to actually look at the file.
Oh, I know. I just had to go past the guy detected.
No,
Oh, for now, yeah.
yeah. So the one. Okay.
Tried to get him before. Conflict possible. Okay, same, you said this. I think I have to talk to him and skip the action, maybe. Byakuya, about that Genocide Jack case file. Can you let me see it?
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you.
Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page for photos from the scene of each crime and all being collected. Oh, yay. I'm going to such expectations ran for several pages. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issa, 14. Takashita Yoshiki, 30. Matsuna Taro. Takafumi no Uchida Minayoshi. Yoshino Sumune. Ito Yamajima. There was no end to it. The one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All the killer's compositions were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodless was left in the victim's own blood.
Now, take a look at the next page, and you'll find another interesting tidbit.
Next page. Profiling. All the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it should be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from a dissociative identity disorder.
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality.
Split personality, just like the kind of thing you see on TV. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story, but this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Maybe it really isn't, I don't know, I feel like my mind is gone numb.
Alright, we should get going soon.
Huh? Where are we going?
Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we?
Wait, Byakuya. Okay, so... Oh, as usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up.
Sorry. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial.
Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
Come on. Enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Well, goodbye.
And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like it was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous me is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene. The girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. It's a little too simple. It's definitely not going to be Toko. Don't worry, I'm gonna... I will. I'll give you a rest for as long as I can. A sick poster. Huh? This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite fit in the boys' locker room. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? It's like someone had pooped and rubbed their butt on the carpet. Alright. I think that's everything in there. Oh, whoops.
This is the pool. It will be on the locker.
I guess it's working, even though I don't think it's going to be important. Oh, well, you can, like, move your camera position. Maybe there's some kind of clue in the lockers. Guess not. Near the pool. Okay, thanks. Alright. Load it up. Get ready.
Ding, ding, ding! Ifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit. Another stat increase for me.
Evidence? What did you find?
I cannot reveal that just yet, but I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she witnessed something worthwhile too.
Really? What did she say?
She refused to count. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right?
Okay, so where's Celeste now?
The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there.
What's it gonna be? I have a theory as to what happened. I'm not gonna say my theory.
I mean, you can say it if you want to, but
Oh god. I looked at the stuff. I doubt I'm
I
looking.
think you should, talk to the people in there.
Yeah. Suck her.
Chihiro's presence here was especially weak. Her body and soul. To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this.
Hey, Kyoko, have you made any progress in your investigation?
Generally speaking. But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of.
Something besides the investigation? What is it?
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder.
But
Before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time. Thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts. That's it. Be praying for your success.
with that, Kyoko turned and left the girl's locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing. That's definitely worth worrying about. Kyoko said she examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope is used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. The rope has a plug. Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. It's the extension cord from the library. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head. I think someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. There's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. Seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Status of the dead bodies and add to the truth bullets. Well, the one thing most likely to tie these things mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. To figure out there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over it again. This might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. Okay, so talk to Mondo. Get out of here. Oh,
Is this the same
yeah,
thing?
same thing.
Great big thing that I didn't think anything different about.
No, there's one more to check, is there? Okay. There's a big bloodstain on the dumbbell on the floor. The blue file said the fatal injury was caused by a blow to the head. That must be the murder weapon. I don't know about that. This again. Where bloodlets were in the wall, just like all those other genocide cases. Every crime scene, the word bloodless is written in the victim's own blood. The blood-stained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. The girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. Could Sakura know more about the locker rooms?
She spends a lot of time in here.
You spent a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together.
Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker room could have been switched?
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters.
I see.
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising.
Free protein coffee?
In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room, and it left a stain.
Stain. I haven't seen the stain on the carpet now.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with?
Disappearing stain. Do you think I have to go look at the stain, too, now?
I think if it's already added
A clue,
to
yeah.
the truth bullets.
So we have another room switching situation going on.
Poster switch, something going on with the road.
Where?
So you're supposed to...
Warehouse and library. Could someone have
the library was back where you were. And you can move.
could someone have used Taka as the murder weapon?
Used Taka.
If she's the serial killer? They have like okay, I'll just go through.
You have to... It's the little square.
Oh, weird. That's not a very clear fast warp.
Yeah, I don't think it takes a lot to load the environment.
First things first. The wooden box is empty. The extension cord was in there before. I want to take another look at Genocide Jack's case file. I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? Well, the only person to do something like that, I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. There's a thick layer of dust on top of the desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. The shelf is packed tight with books, but looking at it, maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see, it's not plugged in. The lamp cord is long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it, it was definitely on. It was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Library desk. Bookshelves. I wonder if that was all I needed.
I'll try to leave.
Yeah. Okay, warehouse. Okay, now. Celeste, what are you doing here?
This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from.
See that? What have you found anything related to the case?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless.
Then you did find something.
Very well. I will tell you, and only you. Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse.
What, really?
This was right before nighttime.
Yeah, I remember hanging out with her. Huh?
What are you doing out this late? Oh, I was just... Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps? What? How did you know? Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying. Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone. I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would have ever happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose.
So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. The strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro wearing. And the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Okay, let's go to the trash room.
You can also, I don't know if you noticed, if you go back to your map,
Yeah, it shows me where her room is.
not only that, it puts exclamation points on the rooms with something to do. So,
Even though, do I need to talk to Celeste again? That means
no, I don't think so.
it's just...
You've been there, you've been there.
Okay.
But for instance, you haven't been today.
No, I'm not. Oh, Hina, how's Coco doing?
Same as before, she won't come out, and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there.
You left her?
My head was all swimmy, and I was getting pretty hungry. Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Coco's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her.
Speaking of which, what are you eating?
A donut, of course.
Of course.
There's two things I'm sure God created, outer space and donuts.
Really?
I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her.
Think of it, who did she spend time with?
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. She didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us.
Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yup, it's true, and it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls.
Oh, they really just spell it out for me. Was she just shy?
I don't know, she talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right?
Think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl.
Oh, is that it? I think so.
Well, really?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have a lot to go on.
So I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for, the class trial. You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. Woo-hoo-hoo! See you soon.
Okay. So, yeah, I have no idea what's going on with this one.
That's the thing. I mean, even with this one, it's like they give you a lot of information, and there are some things that seem very clear, but in other senses, it's like it would be hard from what they've given you here
to draw any conclusion.
Yeah, exactly. And partly it's because that, like, the investigation basically continues into the class trial.
Yeah.
Like, there's still, that's one of the things I kind of like. Like, again, Paradise Killer, it's like you get all the information up front, and it's just like, okay, trial, who did it? Like, tell me. Whereas I like that in this, it's like the narrative is continuing in the trial.
Into the trial.
Yeah.
All right, let me grab water. We could start the trial.
Okay.
We can maybe get to the same point.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm not sure how much longer this trial is than the first one. I do think it probably is longer.
Yeah, I feel like there's less. I feel like it kind of has to be, just based on how little you're given at the onset. But to begin, the red door is right through here. Alright.
Ahem. So is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind? Or are we missing someone? Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember? Kidding, just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time. Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out of here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please.
Just like you said, a few minutes later, you reappeared dragging Toko behind him.
Oh, yeah. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible, you're terrible. Whew. So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro.
Chihiro Fusaki. He was so gentle, so calm and meek, nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. So I'm standing right here. Let's talk to everyone. Okay, let's go down. Lord, we're going down. You have no choice, right? We have to do this. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I gave a small nod in reply. One last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop.
What do you think? I redecorated! Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting?
Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Good, you're ripped, raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all. Okay then, let's get this show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned seats.
So the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Do we want to save? Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta reset your skills. You should have some more skills.
Yeah, right.
Maybe you unlock a few other skills.
Maybe I can. There are a lot of skills. It's kind of. It allows you to reload 2 bullets at once. That seems useful.
That's the bullet time battle. That's the which one's that there?
Uses bullet capacity.
Yeah, those are both bullet time battle skills, which are that's the thing, like kind of rhythm game like thing. That's all we have.
Yeah.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So your votes will determine the results.
Oh, whoops.
Then I'll punish everyone beside the blacken, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay then, so first off, let's talk about the murder weapon.
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears to have been a head wound.
Oh, how do you shoot again?
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument, but what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe.
No.
Interesting.
Okay, no.
That certainly would make for a powerful weapon. Poor Chihiro. I'm only gonna read it out loud.
Yeah. I'm ready for it this time.
Remember, you can use R1 to slow down.
Oh, yeah, it like takes focus.
You gotta keep holding it while it's playing.
I got it.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Or no, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Oh, no. Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one. You looked at her head wound? Yeah, that's so creepy! If you don't mind, I'll proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear. What? For real? Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? No. Lines of white noise. Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's just little obstacle words that make it harder to shoot.
So remember, X to shoot the white noise, and triangle to shoot the truth bullet. The culprit is Genocide Jack, I'm sure. Case closed as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof of it.
Suggestion.
No, that's wrong.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
Oh, what?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. It's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird ass shit. Is that supposed to be weird ass shit?
Kind of weird.
Weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library? The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder. Oh, that's right, bloodlust. Wait, what did he say?
Option.
Oh, boob lust. I didn't even read it. No, it's actually bloodlust. But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public. Never made public? What the hell is it? Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case which the world at large doesn't know, I'm not mistaken, has to do with the positioning of the body.
I got it.
I got it. Apparently in every genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about that are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
1 second, I get it.
I'm gonna use the bathroom while you do that.
Big cross?
Yeah. Alright, ready?
Let's do it. What does the culprit know about this?
Oh, this is me. So how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack. No fucking way. You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us? Yes. In fact, it's Toko. What? Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa. See, one thing I like is they don't beat around the bush.
Yeah.
It's like when you're suspecting something and they're like, yup, here, right in the
It'd be
open.
ridiculous if they tried to...
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, it doesn't think it's so much smarter than you, you know? It's like, oh, well, you would never realize this, you know? Anyway, they do a good job, like, meeting out the revelations rather than trying to hold on to them for too long.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Toko's not the murderer, but...
I'll say.
You lie! What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a second. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no. Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's real for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko? The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right?
Hangman's Gambit.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wait, is this... Do I want the red?
Red means it's close. You have to shoot it a couple of times.
It's a weird mini game.
And there's like a different version of it at each one. At least in this one, it's pretty simple.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Okay, but still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing says... Are you talking about her fainting?
Well, I can say it's close, but not quite. Fainting by itself isn't proof of a split personality.
Must be something else. Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. One thing that shows Toko could have a split personality. Let's see if I can
I got it.
Got it. Talking about she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then when she woke up.
I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead?
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted.
The world has a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So, when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack? I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her, of killing even more people.
How? Yeah, how can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No, what she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me an interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie, right, Toko? You said you wouldn't tell anyone. What? You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Yeah.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But, in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it, but...
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? Yeah, what the heck? So, you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill.
What the fuck is this? Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
She's
so intense. Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body. This one is so different from the one we've come to know. Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. It's like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun. Yeah!
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question? What's up? Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that? Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding.
That's not true.
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society and the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town. Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt. A motive? Remember what Monokuma told us. If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit. Huh?
But I can't imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth. Do you really expect any of us to believe you? Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe. Maybe she's totally right about that, but there's something still bothering me. Like she said, I need to get some more details about all of this.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone. You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe you? Perhaps if you have an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches. That's all. What more proof do you need? Give it up. You killed him.
Like I said, one thing I could select there.
Sorry, but I didn't. Oh, no.
No, that's wrong. I mixed up the two things. It's I got it, and then that was wrong. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. There's a slight difference between Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How is it any different? Oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you. I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional. I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if the same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one. There's one clear difference between the murders. In the footage from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. I got it. For one, the cause of death is different. The genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the same case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes! God, geez, I gotta get your voice. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Would be strange if they kill us the same way. They'll just suddenly change their method. And there's one more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. Got it. You remember what the killer used to suspend her? He used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac, are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there just waiting to be discovered. A pattern. Figure that out, it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Oh, let's see. There's a pattern surrounding the genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you notice is I figured it out. I know what you could have. Yeah, but Chihiro wasn't a girl. Got it. Chihiro was a girl.
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common. Alright, we're playing 56 on this. Okay, so she can read all
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men. Yeah, I can't believe I said it. I'm so embarrassed.
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it. I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam.
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have so much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You clearly explain your hobby and your philosophy, but that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur.
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and the arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Why would, who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell? Maybe you used a dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school. Any scissors? I don't use just any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that? Da-da-da! Gosh, he's fully equipped. That's right, so I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or ropes when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? You gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot, so rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Ugh. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent? But the body really was suspected, right? And nobody but the police knew about that. Yeah, that's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
But hold on, there is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Oh, Byakuya. Got it. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem getting access to highly classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before all this happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Tagami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So he arranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it? The adorable glasses man was behind it all? Ah, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response? I see. So now suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker room. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree?
How suspicious?
It seems nobody searched the locker room. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You want to go to the girls' locker room right away, but since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There's a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. We need to make it clear to everyone. So, Toko's really the agent of chaos. We'll see.
Yeah, so basically, a weak spot in the dialogue that you would normally shoot.
Yeah.
If you hold triangle on it instead of pressing it, you can take it and turn it into a truth bullet. So sometimes you don't have the right truth bullet. It's one of the things people are saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
But he was acting weird how? If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room, you absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I see. So I hold triangle.
That is the truth bullet. You'll keep it.
Okay. No, isn't that my only other... Okay, weird. I feel like sometimes these don't always make complete sense.
No, there's a little...
No? Oh, I think that one coming. So am I just using the truth bullet against?
Well, I mean,
Is this so? It's the opposite.
before we found the body,
Oh,
he was playing on the fence and checked the girls' locker room first and so they couldn't realize that. It was before they found the body, before they
knew it was Chihiro.
That's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
I'll tell you what's so strange.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim is. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must say.
Interesting.
Very interesting indeed, but your reasoning is still too weak. What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead, show us.
Byakuya's attitude. It's like he doesn't even care. I got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with it.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is, I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there. Oh, proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is clear. What could it be?
What's the difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body. Which Chihiro was suspended with. It was some kind of rope, was it not? That's right, it absolutely was. Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh? I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Actually,
I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. If you see that rope, or should I say, that extension cord.
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? The same extension cord that was in the library all this time. Went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility. That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this. I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened. Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer. I don't disagree with not disagreeing. He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but can we hold on just a second? We need to talk about this a little more.
Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering me? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room. Does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said is the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. Got it. You said you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There's absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else and carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do. Hey, Byakuya, did I take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who've been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else? Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Okay. Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There's something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker room. Oh, a few things. Let's do that first. Got it. The proof is that she's killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boob supermodel, but don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you? Protein coffee? While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Got it. The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee. Then, does that mean the carpet was switched too? But why would anyone do that? To move the murder...
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question: if the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro's body get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with. No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was. I highly doubt that. Shut up! I'm telling you! I know how she could have done it!
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gone into the boys' locker room somehow?
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Ah, I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think so. She used the same thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Right. No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh, well then yeah. I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh? I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up. Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook? Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway. So then, she must have hacked hers. Like I said, she used her ultimate programmer skills and... You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring. So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room, so I guess... Okay then, I vote for Byakuya!
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it. Really? Still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though I think you're on the right track. What the? You finally decided to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So, why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access. What? What are you talking about? What other way is there? Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to see some. Come see some.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This will make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
It'll make things more exciting. Well, alright then. I declare an official class trial recess. Huh? For real? Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring, or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So shall we go?
So even before I knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place from top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy? I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like, using our hands? No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body. It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know? Very well, I'll do it. But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it. No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So, just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery. Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What does this mean? Ah!
What is it?
Not possible.
Not possible! It's not possible!
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is...
Is what?
Is a boy!
Yeah, he's gone. Ah, I see! So she was actually a he! Interesting! Thank you for confirming this fact!
Not very...
What?!
Not very progressive,
No.
outlet.
No. You're joking, right? I mean, the game is...
10 years old.
I know, but it's
Japanese.
Japan. Exactly. I know. It's weird. Take a quick pause. They have this weird thing in Japan about guys who are like girl-like. There's, Steins Gate has a character who is a very effeminate boy.
Yeah.
And, like, they do all these jokes about how, like, the main character is, like lapsing into having a crush on her and treating him like a girl, even though he's not a girl. They have a weird.
I wonder what
yeah,
comes from.
I can't quite explain it because it's weird. It's like, I don't know. In one way, they're very kind of like, you know, I don't know. They're not very like they don't understand gender fluidity in certain aspects, but in other aspects, they play with it, and it's like, I don't know, it's strange. That's someone who knows more about this stuff, plus about Japanese history.
Yeah.
I'm sure could write about this. But yeah, anyway. You're joking, right? I wouldn't joke about this. Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Hmm? Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy. Then, he was a cross-dresser? Now I'm really on fire. I wish I had killed him. So, that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things more exciting. Now, let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem, I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there. Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
I think that Chihiro was actually a guy. I thought it never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room. Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true. Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through. So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. You know, it's difficult with this because we don't know what Chihiro's gender identity would actually be.
Yeah, we're left in the dark.
The fact that you don't get to hear it from them leads to this. So, it's definitely not
they're almost off the hook with it.
Yeah, almost, but not quite. So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room. So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room? I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible. Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body. This is a most titillating situation. So, now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear. Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever, we still think you're the killer, remember? Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed. And he's off in his own little world. What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya's the one that made Chihiro's death look like Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this, like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because he doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too, how can I put it, overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least that's how I see it. Just it'd be too easy. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So, that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being. Mark it as correct? He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it. Are you fucking with us right now? No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth. Well, I find it very hard to believe. Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why'd you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it. No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here. That's true. Very well then, I'm with you too. Damn straight, count me in. Do you not have a mind of your own? Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true. Oh, sorry. Our lives are all on the line. Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered the hero? There's one thing we can sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means... Got it. Since this crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. That's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Should we pause? Or is this a cliffhanger?
Yeah, we probably should stop here. I should have saved it just before we started this, though, because I doubt you could stop it in a non-stop debate.
Okay, I'll finish it.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to it? Please listen to that before you go firing away with your toothbrush. Well, clues are one thing, but... Did anybody get a look at the killer? I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now. Perhaps. If someone saw the victim or something. Even that might be enough.
Yeah, all we need right now is any kind of new info.
Oh, that's probably it.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer, and only the killer. And it's not like they're just going to turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
Ah, no, not game over.
Is it the last one? It's the last saw.
Do you remember her account?
She saw the figure. Yeah. Objection. No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
So we want to stop here?
Yeah. Oh.
Alright, this one's, got some thought to it. Yeah. Okay. Alright, we are gonna end the stream there.